Hello everybody. If you remember last summer, summer before, whenever, we drove a Corvette Stingray to Area 51. So I was thinking about doing something else like that, and I'm down here in Daytona for the Daytona Rolex 24. And I got on Turo and found what to me is my goal car. Not like my dream car, because dream car is a car like if you won the lottery, you win. A goal car is a car that one day I hope to be able to financially have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive to Jacksonville because there's an abandoned hovercraft research facility up there that I'm going to try and do a little exploring of. But I know you're wondering, what did I get? What did I rent? Well, I rented this guy. If you know me, I'm a Nissan fanatic. And this is like top level Nissan to me. It's past the level of being Nissan. This should be an Infinity. Hopefully after the Q, this is the car that I get. So I'm going to spend a day driving it, not only for my personal experience, but like I said, I'm going to get some awesome footage. But first, let's enjoy some Dunkin' Donuts and some donuts, and then we'll get on the road. All right, everybody, we have made our first stop today on our trip up. We're on the 1 right now because we had to get off the A1A, get on the 1. Then we'll get back on the A1A here in a little bit. We are at New Smyrna Beach. If you do not know anything about New Smyrna Beach is in the top 20 most dangerous tourist destinations in the world. There are more shark attacks at New Smyrna Beach than anywhere else in America. They have the record. There was 3 in an hour. It's very popular for surfing. Apparently there's some awesome breakers and waves and stuff. So we will go out here and we'll just get a quick look at the beach and then get back on the road. Also, apparently you can drive on the beach here for $20, but I'm going to try and do that at Daytona. Ooh. Some sand in the vans. It's weird to me to see pigeons on the beach. Huh. Well, like I said, I'm going to try and drive the GTR on Daytona Beach just to be historic and not waste money driving it on all these different places. So there's New Smyrna Beach. Let's get back in the car and put a few more miles on it. All right, everybody, next stop on our A1A historic drive is Daytona Beach, and specifically we are at North Turn. It is a restaurant now. I actually ate here the other night, tried the fresh salmon Reuben. It's actually really, really good. It was a little weird, but it's really, really good. There's actually a museum inside of here, but the reason I'm stopping here is I wanted to explain this to you, and then we'll get back in the car and head down the road. What this is the reason it's called the North Turn is you know, the Daytona 500 started out racing on a mixed surface. They would go basically 2 miles on the beach, then 2 miles back down on this paved road, A1A, and this was the North Turn. Right here is where they would actually come up and go back on the road and go down that way for 2 miles. So as soon as we get back in the car, we'll go 2 miles that way. Hopefully I can get on the beach. I don't know if they're letting people drive today or not. Hopefully I can get on the beach and go back. Now here's some crazy things to think about when you think about Daytona 500 racing on the beach. This was in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. In like 1934, whatever year it was, the mayor of Daytona Beach set a world land speed record of 209 miles an hour on this track. That means he averaged 209 miles an hour on a mixed surface of sand. Probably back then it was concrete or blacktop. Probably not as good as it is today. And to think, I would have a hard time doing that in this today. And you know that they didn't have, like, they were probably wearing like what we would call like a bicycle helmet and stuff like that. And it's crazy to think that they were doing that back then, and it's just crazy to think it would almost be impossible to do that today. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out of here. We're going to go 2 miles that way to where they got back on the sand. I'm going to see if I can drive on the beach. I know all the entrances I've seen so far have been closed today. It's been piss pouring to rain. It looks like the tide's way up today. So I'm not holding my breath. All right, so now we made the north turn. You would head back down this way. Back then this was straight. It was just straight. There was no turns, no nothing like that. Should be getting close to, as you can tell by the GPS, we're about to run out of road. So we're going to have to be getting close to where they made the south turn. I know it was past the lighthouse. If you look at an old map, it was past the lighthouse. There'll probably be a historical marker. There should be a historical marker if you would think about it. The other bad thing is, as you can tell here, you run out of road. This is a no outlet, so you have to come over here and then kind of backtrack to get back out on the main road. But we're going to stay on A1A and just keep trucking that way. But there's a lot of history here, automotive history. I'm thinking about trying to contact the north turn, seeing if they will give me a little tour of the museum tomorrow morning or something before they open. Let me go through and shoot some video and stuff. And then 24 Hours Rolex starts tomorrow, but tomorrow's like practice and stuff, so I'm going to see what time exactly I have to be over there. Yeah, so let's just enjoy this. As my friend Dennis said, we are on hollowed ground right now because this is where some of the first racing in America happened, and some of the most historic racing happened in America. A little random fact, the first couple of races they actually did of the Daytona, they lost money on it, actually made no profit, and AAA actually paid out the first first prize, I guess you would say. So it wasn't until like the 50s or so when NASCAR started coming around and they were starting to make a profit on it. The first few were actually sponsored by the city itself. So let's see what we got here. Marine Science Center, Historic Lighthouse, Lighthouse Point Park, straight ahead. Let's see what we got. I don't want to pay to go out in there. Do not block, and right straight ahead, Lawrence Lighthouse. All right, so you have to pay to go in there. So what we'll do, well, I guess that's the end of that. Lighthouse Drive. Yep, so right back there would have been where they hooked the left to go back out onto the beach. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn around, go back out, and then we'll run back up A1A towards the North Park. Ooh, there's a turtle hospital here. Okay, everybody, this is the fabled Daytona Beach where they raced. You can't drive on this part, which is sad. If you look way down there, you'll see like a white truck and some piers. And if you look way down there, you'll see it again. But that's where you can drive on. But what's sad is this is the part they raced on, and this is the part I would want to drive on. And this is the part you can't drive on. This is the no traffic area. But this is hallowed ground, as they say. It's crazy to think that, like I said earlier, they were doing like 200 some miles an hour in the 30s and 40s and 50s on this hard beach. This is just insane. So I'm gonna walk this just a little bit. I gotta remember where I'm parked at. It's a shame I can't get the GTR out here and ring a donut. You can tell I am in pants. It is like 60-some, 54 degrees. This evening I brought my zip-up sweatshirt. Also, I'd like to point out, I came down here from Kentucky. As you know, where I'm originally from, Ashland is right by West Virginia. And I went in a Hot Topic down here and found a Mothman Point Pleasant, West Virginia t-shirt. What are the odds? I'd say they had them back home too, but they sold out a lot quicker because obviously you're within like 30 minutes of Point Pleasant. But bring a little bit of home with me. So let's do this. So that was Daytona Beach. Sad we didn't get to drive on the beach. All the ramps are closed. So we're gonna head on down A1A some more. So far we've been to New Smyrna. We've been to Daytona. We're heading toward Jacksonville. So if there's anything else along the way that catches my eye, we'll stop and see. Plus we're gonna get some awesome footage. I really wish it wasn't as overcast, but this makes it nice because it's not hot when I get out and walk. There's less traffic on the beach. People stay at home. Like my cousin that lives here was literally like wearing like a flannel and a coat and had the heat on at the house and everything. And it's like 65 degrees. Back home it's like, I think the low the other night, the night I flew out, was 9. So it's a whole different ballgame. Like, look at this guy. So cold, but to me it's not cold. So I wish it was a little bit prettier today to enjoy this trip down beautiful A1A, but we will make do. It would not be a trip to the beach without pirate mini golf. I'm not gonna go. I'm limiting myself. It's really hard for me not to go over there and play pirate mini golf. I just wanna let you guys know it's hard. It takes strength. All right, everybody, we are at North Peninsula State Park. We're doing good. I want to get out here to show you all, like I said, the water is a whole different color here, and as well as the sand. The sand up there at Daytona was very white. I don't know if that's where it was packed down. It has something to do with whatever, traffic, whatever, but this is, as you can tell, brown, orangish, whatever. The ocean's really rough today. So I just wanted to show you all, this is where I'm at. This is Ormond, North Ormond. Woo, it's windy. It's still cold. So it's actually really duty. This would be fun on like a four-wheeler. So we're getting back in the car. Woo, maybe turn on the low heated seat and head on down the highway some more. I'll take some pictures of the car to send to the guy letting me rent the car. If you guys never rented a car off Toro, I recommend it. It's easy. It's super simple. It's cheaper than renting it from like Avis or Hertz or whatever. So I highly recommend it. Plus you can get cars like that. So I recommend it. Do it. The next stop on our adventure on A1A is a little place called Marineland. There is a preserve right across the road called the Princess Reserve. Apparently it's a nature reserve, and they have a 19th century lodge you can stay in over there. But I wanted to stop here, get out, stretch my legs, take a pee. And this beach is completely different than the other two. It's the white sand like it was up at Daytona, but this is really rocky. I don't know if this is actually coral that is washed up. I don't know if you'd classify that as coral or not. Nope, I would not classify that as coral. Those are actually all little seashells. But as you can see, it's really rocky. Got some rocks there, got some rocks there, got some big rocks there. And it's weird because it's dunes. As you can see, it's built up, and then the beach drops down and it tells you to actually stay off the dunes. So we're gonna get back on the road, head on down the road a little bit more. We're about maybe 30-40 minutes from Jacksonville. So let's get back in the car because it's getting colder and colder as it goes. Probably the next video you're gonna see me in a sweatshirt. Right now I am in the town of Butler Beach. I stopped and got lunch at Red Frog and McToad's. I got the fish tacos, they were really good. We're gonna head on down the highway. I'm actually going to start cutting over. I'm going to drive up to St. Augustine, the Fountain of Youth Park, and then I'm going to start cutting cross country because I'm actually going to Green Cove Springs. So we will be leaving A1A in 1 because I'm going to go over there and try and shoot some video, and then we'll go from there. So our A1A trip is almost over. Oh, you can't see it now because it just went behind that tree, but we are in the town of St. Augustine, which is known for this lighthouse. As you can see, lighthouse and museum over there somewhere. We are in St. Augustine. I am going to make a trip up here to the, like I said, the Ponce de Leon's Fountain de Youth Park. And then I'm going to make a little side trip, and then I should get back on A1A, run it up to Jacksonville, and then I'll come back. So there may be like a 2 or 3 hour gap in this footage, so it may be dark later. So just to let y'all know, I will be doing some more A1A. This is like the 3rd drawbridge I've been across because it goes from the intercoastal waterway to the ocean. So I'd say that these massive sailboats have to get out to the ocean somehow. Money. This is also the old, what I would call the old Spanish part, obviously by Ponce de Leon, and there's a medieval torture museum up here, which is, that may be something that would be worth a stop if I had more time. Medieval torture. It would probably look like a modern carpentry shop, to be honest. Let's get this. This is the town, once again, we are in the town of St. Augustine. Okay, so we are now off A1A. I'm trying to get back over there. I'm trying to get back to Jacksonville. I made a detour, and now I'm in the town of Moose Haven. It says I'm like 15 minutes from Jacksonville, so what I'm gonna try and do is jump over on A1A a little bit, run it out till it's dark, maybe like an hour or so more, and then head back to Daytona. Moose Haven's actually got quite a little bit of stuff going on. I guess I'm on the main drag here in Moose Haven, but I'm not actually far from, I don't know if that's the ocean or the river or what over there. It says River Road, so I'm assuming it's the river. So I'm actually on the other side of the river from the ocean. So, ran into a couple of people with some Subarus down here, pretty cool. But I'm gonna keep on rolling. If I can get back over to Wong Garden. Ooh, Fu Wong Garden. There's Cheers. Crap, I went to Boston. Crap, nobody wants to go to Boston. Not even people in Boston. But if I can get back over to A1A or 1, it'll be good. So I'm gonna see what I can do. Well, it got dark quicker than I thought it would. Makes sense, it is like 8:30. So I stopped at Buc-ee's to fill up, get some dinner. I'm gonna eat real quick and then head back to the thing. So that was my adventure on A1A today, and then I wish I'd got to spend a little bit more time. I should have started earlier and just committed to that all day instead of doing my little side detour. But next time I'll know. Next time I'll rent something different if I come back. So that's my trip down A1A in a Nissan GTR. It was 3 in an hour. We are upside down. Upside down.